Hello, and we are live now. Seth and Matt and everyone in the chat. This is our first time we've gotten a chat that I can actually show during the live stream. That's not me because Seth used the podcast.
So and the first comment is telling everybody it's fraudulent.
Fraudulent links, yes.
Fantastic. Yeah.
Yes. So that we are off to a stellar start with our chat comments and everything like that. So this is going to be a quick hitter, really. I'm just doing it to put something out. And also, I'm going to be putting it out in the Discord. Those of you who've been in leagues with me before know I do over-under totals. So I'm going to be putting out a Google Sheet. No, I do not accept bets on these. No, this is not a representation of what the BBL as a whole thinks of you or what the CC thinks of you. This is just if I was to put a line out for your team. Alan is not angry.
Seth, you've been in a league for me, at least one league or another for the last 5 years. How are you still spelling my name wrong? Most of our communication is on the Discord where you see my name.
Maybe maybe you're the new Brenda or something like that. We're just gonna keep saying your name wrong and stuff like that. So
it's been a thing he's done before too. I don't know if he's just running a bit or if he's just used to spelling it that way. I mean, either way, it's fine. But
who knows? Maybe
I thought I would bring it up.
Maybe AI overtook. It's really Alan. That's how it's really spelled. For those who want,
I want to appease the AI overlords.
So this is just a simple Google Sheet. I'm going to share it, and we'll go through, and I can kind of, it's not sorted yet. By now, oh my gosh, this is how many different ways we can spell it. Okay.
Sons of bitches.
Now back to what we were really doing here. Show right here.
So let me ask you real quick: is this total for the year? That's not like total the rest of the way.
Nope.
It's okay.
Nope. This is. I'm saying the Rays and Mariners will finish with 61 wins. You bet over on 61 and a half. You have the half just to make sure there's no pushes. Like always. But I have the Rays and Mariners at 61 and a half. I have the Yankees at 58 and a half. The Athletics and Frank's Athletics and the Twins are at 56 and a half. And then there's a steep drop off.
It's a bit of a gap, yeah.
Steep drop off. We've got the Rangers at 40. Angels at 39 and a half. The Astros 37 and a half. White Sox at 36. Tigers at 34. And then I had another tier drop off of two teams. The Guardians and Orioles in the mid-20s at 26 and 24 respectively. And then we get to the bottom where we have the Royals and Red Sox at 7.5.
2.5 for the Jays.
And the Jays. The Jays have one win, I believe, currently. Okay.
So you think that he's only likely to scrape out maybe one more the rest of the way?
Yes. That is my
That's rough. I started freaking out in my head for a second. I was like, man, you've got me under a lot of teams. This is just the AL. Yeah.
Yes.
Like, man, no faith in any NL teams the rest of the
way. No.
Did you do these before the Max Fried injury for the Yankees, putting them at 58 and a half? Was that before the Max Fried? So it was after. So you don't think he's going to take too much of a hit from that because he's got Giolito coming back?
Yep. And I also, knowing him, he will make a trade. I know he's already in the market for, I had two people message me about McCullers after I put him on the block. One of them is in the chat right now, and the other is Brendan.
All right.
And Seth, just so you're aware, because I know we both haven't read the rules, so I had to touch up on them. We have 80 matchups. 80 matchups this year.
I think there's a chance I would take the over for both Seattle and Tampa.
Yeah.
They've both been looking really, really good.
It's hard not
to take the over with them.
A little injury, like neither one of them have had that bad of luck compared to the rest of the league. When I did this, I looked at like what people do you have coming back? Like, do you have anybody who's on the mend who's really close? Do you have anybody who's overperforming? Who was it? Is it the Rays who have Schlitter, right? I believe the Rays.
Schlittler,
whatever. Yeah,
Schlittler.
Yeah.
I guess I don't recall. I don't have it.
I know when I was looking at him, I subtracted a couple wins than I thought, because I don't know what kind of innings work limit he's going to have. You know what I mean? Like some of these guys, you don't know what type of limit they're going to have. So I looked into little things like that.
We need like to be able to quantify like the
unknown,
the amount of good or bad luck a team had. And I thought about trying to do that for this pod, but it would have been too subjective, and I didn't want to sit and but I did in thinking about that, I did want to mention the Mariners have been really, really impressive. Obviously have a great record, and they've been doing that without Zach Wheeler most of the season so far. So one way to look at the Mariners is to look at them as they are right now and be like, okay, Seth has been pretty fortunate when it comes to injuries. And even the injury that the big injury that he did have, Wheeler, didn't seem to matter because he's only lost 2 games. But that's part of the thing with like trying to do some sort of like, oh, how lucky or unlucky have guys been? When you look at them now, it's not easy to tell who has been on the IL for them previously. You know, if a guy just got off a couple days ago, that doesn't mean that they haven't been without them for most of the first half already. Mm-hmm. And I can't go and look individually at every single player that I remember. Oh, I think he missed a couple of weeks. Let me double check that, because that would just take forever. And then the pod would take forever. So I don't think there's a really good way to do it. But I did want to mention the Mariners, like looking healthy now. Had missed Wheeler most of the season, didn't matter. He's still crushing. I don't like it any more than anybody else. But like Brendan said yesterday, I've never been in a league where Seth had a good team, and I didn't know he would be this obnoxious about it. But this is what we get when we let Seth do well. So
he paid you to say that.
No, not at all. If we got paid to do these things, we'd do them a lot more often. So.
I mean, this is all subjective. Like, I mean, most people who've been in the leagues with me know, like, some of the big things I look at, like how close are you going to get to 7 starts? How many healthy pitchers do you have? How versatile is your lineup? Another one I looked at, and we're going to find out, let's actually segue. I kind of have the D-backs lower than pace at 52.5.
It looks like AL dominance just going on
based
the,
off the
over-unders here. Yeah.
Yes. And part of that is due to how much room do you have to make trades? If I remember correctly, I think the D-backs have they're at 360. Like, they are at the cap. If you're at the cap this soon, there's not much room you're going to have to be very creative in order to add something of impact.
Yeah, I wonder if he has easily cuttable or dealable salary. Where did all this money come from that he took on? What did he do? I know he's made some deals. What the hell did he do?
We could.
He just had $12 Ryan Walker sent to the minors. So that's like not a guy you want to immediately give up on, but say he was going to make some kind of deal. I don't know. He like you said, he is right up at the cap, so he'd have to be trading for a guy that's, cheaper than $12. I don't know how much of an impact. $45 injured Acuna, that hurts.
Yeah, dude, I mean,
got money.
this is
sitting around all over,
and he does have his first, second, or third pick.
Jesus Christ, Mikey.
Which is there's nothing wrong with this. I'm not saying that he did go all in early, and we talked about this. Maybe he got better deals than some of us might get that are waiting for the deadline. Maybe there are no deals left to be made. There might not.
Well, he really needs Eovaldi to come back and be healthy.
He said that yesterday.
He threw a bullpen and is supposed to start Sunday, so Mikey will be holding his breath for that Eovaldi starts Sunday because, man, he can't lose another pitcher.
Yeah, and that's what he said in the Discord that if he loses Eovaldi, he's mailing it in. So that was also what went into that 52.5 was.
I feel that though. I mean, if I lose, I mean, I'm already feeling the Reagan's injury and no idea when he's going to be. If I lose another starter, I'm going to be in that same boat, man. Even when you think you have depth, it gets shallow quick.
You might, have some faith now, seeing that the D-backs are only predicted 4 games above you. You're at 48.5. I didn't do this, and I need to do this. I didn't numerically in order put the teams. I forgot.
I think if the Acuna loss is going to sting Mike, even though I don't think Acuna had really been all that great. 3.15. So yeah, he'd been pretty good. Mm-hmm. But that's maybe not the blow that it would have been when he was all world MVP Acuna. But I don't know, man. His lineup is pretty good. I remember saying this during the preseason. His lineup is pretty good. I think it's a bit different than it was when we did those because he's made some significant deals, but he's got pitching depth. I think I would take probably the split being bigger between him myself and
I think it's just
he's outscored me significantly.
It's just the uncertainty of what could happen. Sorry, I didn't.
Yeah, sure. I mean, we've all got that to deal with, and some of his uncertainty is already staring him in the face because he's looking at the injuries right now. But again, I mean, if I'm pretty pessimistic when it comes to my own stuff. So I think I was talking to Chris the other night. I said, man, I'm pretty much counting Reagan's done. Any other starts he makes for me, I'll consider a bonus. But with his history and with the kind of the vagueness of the injury, I'm counting on him being pretty much done. So, and I'm already in just my week to week. He missed his last start with the injury, and then before that he didn't even go a full inning. So I've kind of missed 2 Reagan starts already. I'm already feeling it in my my score and stuff. So if I lose anybody else, or if Reagan's doesn't come back, sure, maybe I can make a move. But I'm also a stickler for my prospects, so I don't know if I want to make a move. I don't know if I'll find the right team to make a move with. I kind of dangled Caleb Bonham to a couple of guys and didn't have a lot of interest. Not as much as I thought I might have. Maybe I'm higher on him than people in this league generally, or maybe he's a little too far away. Guys I was talking to kind of wanted a little more proximity. But right now the points disparity between me and Mikey is pretty significant. It's almost 1,000 points, I think, maybe 800 or 900. So I do think that he probably gets me by more than 4 wins at the end of the year. Again, I know this isn't something super scientific that you did and sat and ran a bunch of simulations or anything, but I don't know if if I feel like you're too low on Mikey or too high on me. I think the gap will probably end up being bigger than 4 wins.
It's probably going to change back closer to 60 if health prevails for him. But just the uncertainty. I've never been in a league with him. Okay. So right. I don't know. He literally, if that Eovaldi thing, he could literally just say, you know what? He could dump. He's got a big enough lead that he'll make the playoffs most likely.
Yeah. I guess I don't know how tongue in cheek or not that comment was from Mikey. I took it as a pretty unserious, but it's kind of like Brendan saying, Season's over. I lost Max
Fried.
Fried. Bullshit.
Yeah.
Bullshit. Brandon's going to give up on the season. My ass. So, I think Mikey's looking at 20-4 right now. He's probably feeling, if we were doing that graphic, feeling okay.
If he didn't say anything, I'll honestly say he was probably going to be 57.5, 58.
So you're throwing in that like nugget that he put in your head of maybe he does.
So
if he comes out and throws one inning and leaves again with the same shoulder or elbow or whatever.
And he has had
he melts down.
He, for as well as he's done, he's had a lot of bad injury luck too. I mean, I traded him Hesley. He immediately gets injured. I traded him Fairbanks. He immediately gets injured. He's sustained.
Just going on the fact that he's at 360, he seems to be pretty reactive, like with his injury and stuff. Like he goes out and gets somebody if he loses somebody, and like you said, it might be tougher for him to do that sitting at 360. But it's a 30-team league. He'll find a dance partner if he really wants to.
Speaking of that, we rarely get this opportunity. A trade just happened.
Ooh.
It looks like the Rockies traded the Padres catcher tandem for Lourdes Gurriel. Or no. Yeah, to the Mariners. Yeah, the Rockies traded it to the Mariners. The Mariners traded away Lourdes Gurriel.
That's the guy that sings Royals.
Yeah, sounds good. Yeah, Lourdes, yeah.
And then he became a baseball player. Yeah.
Now, Rob doesn't get to watch much, and we had him at 50, I was gonna point this out. He, unlike Mikey that we just mentioned, Rob has all of his picks. He's only at 294 on the cap, so he has room to trade and make moves and be right on the heels there.
The real shame is I would dangle my first round pick out there, but I would have to pay ahead, and I'd have to dip into my non-existent son's college fund to do that. Yep. So my picks, I don't want to say they're off limits, because I'm sure I would do it in the right circumstance.
Yeah,
I would sell one of my kidneys or something and come up with the cash to sell one of my picks, but I'm much more comfortable dangling prospects. If any of the three people watching are like Caleb Bonnemer.
Yeah. And if any of the three people watching like Jacob Reimer or Braylon Payne or whoever the other guys I have, Braylon
we lost a viewer. We're down to 2.
Uh-oh. Now they didn't like our prospects, I guess.
We went over 15 minutes.
They didn't like our prospect.
That's all somebody got for their shit break at work.
Yeah. Well, the Rockies were at 50. And I mean, the rest of these numbers are pretty much in line. Like the D-backs, I just want to touch on that because that number could or should change depending on how serious he was on that comment.
Sure.
So I mean, you have a group of teams there with you, the Rockies, and the Marlins. I think there's a drop, even though there's only 3 games. I think there's a drop off once you get to Chris, the Brewers, and then the rest of us here. But
and points wise, that kind of shakes out too. I'm just looking at the overall points. It's kind of all of us.
Chris is going to get healthy here pretty soon. He's got a lot of arms, very close to coming back.
Not what I want to see.
Nope. That's not what I wanted to see either.
I'm being honest. Not what I want to see.
Because I'm chasing him, and this group here, we'll stop with the Dodgers, but it's the Brewers, Padres, Cubs, and Mets and Dodgers along with me. That's going to be fighting for getting in the playoffs because one of those teams, because you're going to drop one, the 9th team will make it. The 10th team will not in this because the line 1 is not a team. So these are the teams fighting to stay in the playoffs. After that, I think there's a huge drop-off, as you can see, from 37.5 to 26.5 because the Reds, I believe, have the same problem that Mikey's team had.
He's sitting on a lot of injuries right now.
He is as well.
I do think he's up against the cap. Yeah,
but he's up against the cap.
I gotta say, I'm dubious to this.
He's at the cap as well. He's right at 360.
Well, and he talked about maybe doing the rebuild thing also, and it's like, man, I don't even know if rebuild is the right thing to call it yet, because with no contracts or anything, like you could just do a new build next year if you so desire. Like you need to have some kind of foundation to rebuild on top of. None of us have that right now. It's like again, it's the only time in this league that we have this situation where there is no contracts. If you really wanted to, you could go redo the auction with 260 next year if you really, really wanted to. So, I gotta say, I'm dubious to this story that Seth is. This guy, he's
but he's still paid attention because he wants Bonnemer.
Well, no, he does not like him. He does not like Bonnemer.
No, I think it's like a smokescreen.
Oh, this is like the under. Yeah. Like I don't like this car. The suspension rattles when I get above 70. Yeah, and then he comes in with the when I check Discord, I'm gonna have a
trade off. Check Fantrax. You probably already got a trade off.
Yeah, let's do with this Bonnemer guy. Let me mention real quick because I was just looking at it. The Padres seem to be running pretty hot. They are 15-9, but are 20th overall in points scored, and that I think is the best record with the worst points. You can maybe throw the Astros in there, 14-10, and have scored a fewer points than the Pods, but the Pods 20th overall in points, yet 15-9. Same record as me, same record as the Brewers, same record as the Marlins, who are like 8th overall in points scored. Padres running pretty hot relative to the rest of the league. And that's all. That's just something I noticed. I was glancing through the
you're looking this is you at Vegas pulling out the sheet at the sports book and looking at the over-unders. You're like, which one of these teams sticks out to me?
Yeah, you know what? I might hit the under. What was the Pods?
42.
Would you have the Pods at? 42.5. Well, I would need more time if I was really going to, but just seeing what I just mentioned, that makes me want to take the under, because I think the lack of scoring might catch up to him. But then again, I haven't looked at the roster. Maybe he's waiting on guys to come back too.
There might be a team that I think everyone will smash the under on that hasn't popped up yet.
Ooh. So lay it on me.
Little tease there. We've got this next group. We've got the Reds, Cardinals, Braves, and Phillies.
Oof.
See, there's where that teardrop comes off after the Dodgers, because the Reds are already up against it. He's got some injuries, and he's 5 games back right now because he's got 10 wins. So I mean, there's ground to be making. He doesn't have anybody ready to come back and no room to trade for.
Not super ready, but I don't think all his injuries
Hunter
are
Green just
out for the years or anything.
But we mentioned Hunter Green earlier, and that's one of his injured arms, and all it takes is one minor setback, and that guy might not even be coming back for the regular season. Our regular season, not the MLB regular season.
He's got Crochet. He's got I don't know if you want to count Senga as like a big guy to come back, but he does have a couple major arms. He just lost Francisco Alvarez, but he has Adley, so that's like not a big blow. But he's kind of teetering on the edge of oblivion right now.
It was some of these teams like there's two different spectrums of it. Either you have injuries and you sustain it and keep sustaining your success like Mikey has, or you have injuries like Michael here has, and you don't sustain your success. Sometimes it just you can't. There are two sides of that coin. You either this too. You usually
we talked about it. We talked about this exact scenario in the Reds preview, that he looks like a monster, but if one little thing goes wrong,
it could fall off the rails real quick.
Yeah, he looks like a guy with a great roster that's not performing because one or two guys are hurt. So, this is kind of exactly what we warned about with the Reds. Like, he could be easily a top 5, top 3 team. But if everything doesn't go right and the lack of depth shows up early, which I guess it kind of has now, he can go the other way. And he's talking about potentially selling off. So the poor Cardinals, though, man, that was one of my early misses so far. Yeah. He's not looking so great. He's not sustaining the injuries. No. And just doesn't seem, even when some of these guys come back, he did just get Yelich back. He did just get Bader back. So we'll kind of see if that helps stabilize his fall that he looks like he's in. But definitely one of my early season misses so far, the Cardinals.
The only thing you can agree with this is he will miss out on trades. His activity level is, shall we say, not the.
He checks. He checks the Discord, but he's definitely not one to.
He's not gonna. I'll say this: I did do a trade with him, and he will send a fair offer for the first offer because there's no talking around.
Yeah, there's no salesmanship with him really.
No, it's straightforward.
He just wants to. Yeah, he's very straightforward.
Yep.
Yeah.
And we did a trade at like 3 a.m. He sent me a trade like as I was on break at work, and I was like, "Yep, that works for what I wanted." And we got it.
Yeah, he's typically getting home from work around midnight Central, and then he's up pretty late. Yeah. So if you're trying to catch him, he does not use a smartphone. So and he's not often checking Discord at work, maybe never. So like Central Time, like the 1 to 11. You're not going to really hear from him. If you send a offer in tracks, he's not checking tracks at work or anything. So it's either pre-noon or post-midnight usually is a good time if you're going to try to negotiate with the Cardinals.
So for the guy who lives in Europe.
Yeah. Oh, geez, yeah.
That guy works perfect. That works perfect.
White Sox, Matt.
Right.
Yeah, that's the only time they can really hook up. Is
so those two should be like a perfect marriage of trade partners there. Got the Braves, who I think we all thought were kind of tanking, but they've got some wins,
Yeah, been better than I expected.
At 19.5, and I got them a game above Vince's Phillies. Vince is going to get back a couple of guys. He has, I know, Holidays very close, like Holidays, like days away.
Yeah.
So yeah. Oh, Matt, we were talking about Greg. That would be Alan's dad. He is awake during the times that are
the Cardinals.
Cardinals, Greg. I said Greg. Sorry, we were talking about Greg, but Cardinals, Greg.
Vince has also got Mick Abel potentially to come back. He's got maybe towards the end of the year Jackson Jobe, and he's also got Wyatt Langford. So Vince has got bit by the injury bug a little bit. Yeah.
And Langford was expected to be a minimal stay, if that.
Very frustrating him. I've got him in TFE, traded for him in the offseason. And
he had a decent start.
Nothing but a letdown.
Yeah, but he hasn't been on the field. Dale's Pirates, I had it 7.5. And this is the one that I believe everyone will smash the under on. I actually have the Giants winning a game.
Who are the Giants going to beat? That will be the question. I don't know that I see it.
We usually have more matchups than 3 teams each week. But we've been doing these leagues for a little bit, and I don't think we've ever had a winless team.
Let's keeping in line with the Giants here, but not focusing on the amount of wins. What a terrible time. Like, of course, Matt didn't know that it was going to be like this, but he chose to tank pretty much from day one. Mm-hmm. And the Giants have allowed the second fewest points. Mm-hmm. So if he just would have tried a little bit,
dude, and
he may have been able to fall ass backwards into a late playoff spot. Yeah, because the Rays have allowed the fewest points, and the Rays, that kind of reflect he's 23-1. He's scored a ton of points, but he's also allowed the fewest. And number 2 fewest points allowed is the 0-24 Giants. So even allowing the second fewest points, he's still not managed to scrape a win yet. So, I mean, man, yeah, if he was just trying a little bit, if he had just turned the notch to 1 or 2, he would have at least put some money in his pocket.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, that's the thing is, these teams that did that, like Brantley did it too, but I mean, he's turned some money in his pocket. We were talking about those are the 2 big talking points the offseason, the Braves and the Giants. And I mean, Brantley probably, if he wanted to flip course, could even make the playoffs if he wanted to.
Right.
I mean, with as bad as the NL has,
Ooh, again, poor Cardinals, 3rd most points allowed. Yeah. The Blue Jays, the most points allowed. 1-23 Blue Jays, most points allowed
so that checks
in the league. White Sox, 2nd. And Dan's having a really good year. He's 13-11. He probably should be considerably better. He's 5-5 in his division, but the White Sox are like a top. They're 4th overall in scoring.
That's Matt, right?
Not Dan. I call him White Sox Dan in the other leagues. Yeah, White Sox Matt.
Matt's the Pope. Matt's friends with the Pope. He's got
that's right.
The White Sox Pope.
Yeah, so ran into some maybe not on the side of the White Sox in this league because despite being the 4th overall scoring team, only 13-11. But that's going to even out. As the season, if he continues to score like he is, he's not going to keep running into teams that like barely beat him or whatever like that. That will even out. But just kind of interesting, to look and see the overall points and how they're shaking out. The Angels 3rd fewest points allowed. He's managed a 14-10 while not scoring great. I mean, they're a top half. I guess he's maybe like 12th or 13th. So,
but that's another thing that goes into because he was another one of those that we talked about that didn't have much depth before the year. That needed things to break right.
He's made some moves though too.
He has to address the Angels. Yeah. I told you I was going to do this week, but I did not. But we're probably going to do it in the next week or two once we have more data. I want to look at the league median. So that's a tease for a podcast coming up. We're going to look and see what the number is that you need to hit to beat the league median. We're at week 7, so I'll probably do that around week 9 or 10, so we have half a year's worth of data. So then that gives everyone a number of, hey, this is what we need to shoot for from now on out.
So we're going to take the average league median.
Yes. The average of the average.
The average of the median.
Yes, the average of the median, and that should and we're also going to throw out week 1 because that's just an outlier due to
a little bit funky week
scoring period. But yeah, that's just we want to do a quick hitter, and as always, we get to 30 minutes, and here we are.
Boom. We're like, hey, let's try to do it in like 15.
Yeah,
I just can't do it, man. Whatever we try to shoot for, we end up going double. So we'll try to. But
I'm going to put
go 30.
I'm going to put this in the Discord, so people can look at it as a Google Doc. And if you want to bet amongst each other, go right ahead. But I will not be accepting bets even on my own team or other teams.
What kind of house sets the lines and then doesn't take bets? I'm
a bad one. A bad one that does not like to make money. One that does not like to make money, that's for sure. But one that also has the operating budget of pennies, so they do not know. We are not. What was it? You've seen the movie Sam Rothstein. We are not Sam Rothstein in the movie Casino, where we can make the tightest of tight lines and,
give them 10 and cut them off.
Yeah.
No, our pizza bets for the house on this one are like frozen pizza bets, and even those aren't cheap anymore.
Totinos, we'd be doing Totinos bets.
The $1.99 party pizzas.
Oh yeah, you can buy 4-packs of those now. I think it's 4 for $5 or something like.
So
you can buy You can buy 4 of them in 1 pack. But
that's a separate pod. The frozen pizza rankings are a separate pod.
Yeah. Let's before we get too far off the rails here. Everyone have a good day. and enjoy the light slate of games today, because as always, it's a Thursday. So.